this one sells for so much. The M in memes, the first M, stands for mushroom soup. So mushroom soup right here, this thing right here, allows for, as you read the description, consuming this magical mushroom soup on your private island allows the player to fly for 2 minutes. Leaving the private island will remove the effect. Now it allows you to freaking fly. Like, that is ridiculous. It's an absolutely overpowered item in my opinion, especially if you're on your private island. I mean, like, only if you're on your private island. But it just gives so many possibilities, and people, for some reason, just pay so much money for it. I don't even understand. Like, for example, a guy, I'm just gonna show it up on the screen right now. People pay like 100,000, no, just kidding. It's more like 20,000 for a stack, or like 10,000 for a stack. Of course, the price varies. I do have to admit that the lowest I've had is maybe 989. But really, when you compare it to how it's actually crafted, which I'm going to get to in a moment, it's really kind of ridiculous. Cheap it is to craft, and yet people will pay so much money for it. So if you go into your menu here, collection, farming collection, mushroom. So in order to get this, you only need magical mushroom soup recipe. You only need 1,000 mushrooms. Of course, that might seem like a lot, but seriously, this is like a very good investment if you're a starting player. So in order to get there, you have to go to, I'm just going to speed this footage up right here so that I can quickly go to the barn and then go to the mushroom island. And so here we are. So all you really need to do is collect maybe 10 or 20 enough mushrooms in order to make a mushroom minion. It doesn't take like any effort to do this. Maybe 10 to 20 minutes of setup at most, and then you can get yourself a mushroom minion, and it'll generate mushrooms for you basically indefinitely, both brown and the red ones. So that doesn't take very long. So then you go into farming again, mushrooms. Once you get the soup recipe, you need a bowl, redstone, and glowstone dust. Like, if you are kind of a newish player, this might be a slightly difficult to get, but you just need to be able to get down to the redstone area of the mine and also be able to get glowstone dust, which are both very relatively cheap materials that once you have a minion for, it's really a trivial task. So once you pass the gold mine and you get past once you get to the blazing fortress, which is after the spider's den, you can look them up or ask someone on the server. Maybe I'll just show a map or something of where I'm going. You come over here to the deep caverns, and then you go over to this guy over here, to the pigman's den, and really all you need to do is just run. Once say you're very new, you just run down past the lapis zombies, and you come down and you start mining this redstone without touching any of the pigmen. This is just super easy to do in my opinion, and you get redstone to make a minion. Next, you're going to want to go to the spider's den, right around here. And you're going to want to go up the mountain to get to the blazing fortress. So if you go past the graveyard from the main island, you reach this pad and you can jump to the spider's den. So I'm going to quickly speed this up again. And finally, we're at the blazing fortress. Jump and come over here to the blazing fortress. So if you just jump over here to the left, just grab a decent pickaxe will be fine. Come over here and then start mining as much glowstone as you can, enough to make a minion. Remember, you're trying to get minions for all these ingredients so that you won't need to do too much work later on. So grab glowstone dust here, enough to make a minion. Also grab enough to make a mushroom minion and enough to make a redstone minion. So once you get all of that, you're basically set for the entire game in my opinion. Because if you warp back to your island and you look at the recipe, once you start like farming these materials, it becomes super easy to produce stacks of this magic mushroom stew. So brown mushroom, red mushroom, farm that. Glowstone I already have a ton of, so I don't need a minion. You only need 1 stack. And redstone, you have tons of blocks, so I don't need a minion for that. And all you really need to do is just grab a ton of wood and then start crafting it. And 1 stack should go for about 1,000 to 20,000 based on if you advertise or not, or if the market is favorable. But still, based on the amount of effort that you put in, once you get the ball rolling, this investment pays off very handsomely in the long run. So that is the big M in the memes method. So all you really need to do now is the E, M-E. What does the E stand for? Well, it stands for Enderpearl. So I do not expect anyone to be farming for like building a dark room and farming Endermen to get like an Enderman minion or something. If you want to put in, like, this is a very absolute beginner strategy, probably more beginner than the magical mushroom stew, in the terms that the Enderpearls can simply be bought off of the auction house for very cheap and then sold off for very much, based on how much people are willing to pay for them. So if you go to auctions browser, okay, so ending soon. Go to tools and MISC, then go to ending soon, and then there should be a ton of pearls on the market. So a good price for buying ender pearls would be around 0 coins to 250 coins. Do not pay more than 500 coins for 16 ender pearls. Just like flat out, just don't do that, because you'll be selling them on the auction house for about 200 to 400. Don't worry, if you advertise, the price will almost certainly go up to 1,000 per 16 ender pearls. Now, and by the way, always advertise your auctions, and always put the time to 1 hour, because most of the purchases and the bids happen within the last hour anyway. So it's no use putting the auction time for much longer than that. So once you have a snazzy bit of ender pearls, you can just create an auction, put your ender pearls here, change the bid to like 489 or something. Do not bid at 1,000. That's the starting bid here is ridiculous. Unless you have some really good item, I would never bid at 1,000. Duration, you can set it to 1. Always put the custom duration to 1, because 12 hours is just always too much. You never need 12 hours. All you have to really do is buy and sell ender pearls, each time profiting maybe 500 to 750. And so we're gonna, in true capitalist fashion, we are going to use this money to use the third strategy on our list in the memes method. So meme, M-E-M, this time it's an M. So M is for minor gear. So what the heck is minor gear? Some of you might be asking, especially if you're new. So in the auctions browser, if you go to ending soon, you'll see some things that are rare, and they have the full set bonus regeneration. Or maybe they'll even say, where right here, you can see it says minor chestplate, defense +5. Each piece of this armor dramatically increases defense bonus, yada yada yada. Starting bid 1,000 coins. Once you have a good pocket amount of maybe 3,000 to 5,000 coins in your bank account, you can start using the M in memes. The second M, I mean. If you want to just reinvest like a true capitalist, you should just buy and sell minor gear. So when I say that, I mean, don't question where the minor gear comes from. To be honest, it does come from the Obsidian Caverns or the Diamond Reserve, but you don't need to know that. Especially because chances are, if you're listening to this, you probably haven't, or maybe you haven't found out where those places are. And it's just like, how in the world am I going to get this stuff? But really, all you need to do is buy it off the auction house. There's no need for exploration. Just never go searching out for this stuff, especially because it's on the auction house for so little cash. And by say little, I say 1,000 coins, which is relatively not very much. So what you're going to want to do, click ending soon. Always click ending soon if you're going to buy stuff. It always starts off on the highest bid, which is kind of ridiculous because nobody ever bids the highest bid unless you have a super incredible valuable item, but I do not have that much money. I only have 7 coins. So as you can see right here, everything that says full set bonus regeneration is a piece of miner gear, and that is what we're aiming for. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, this miner gear is such absolute trash. If you look at the stats, it only gives maybe 5 defense, which is absolute garbage. In my opinion at least. Once you start enchanting, it gets a little better, but really plus 5 defense is nothing. This is worse than like leather armor, or worse than iron armor. What you're going to want to do is buy as much miner gear as possible, under 2,000 coins. If you want a hard and fast rule, buy every single piece of miner gear that you see on the market under 2,000 coins. Like, legit, like this piece right here, just buy it. Buy everything under 200, like, well, not this, but this. Buy it. Why? Well, let me give you the answer right now. So I'm gonna just quickly grab a piece of miner gear that I got earlier. So let's say I got this miner chestplate here for like 2,000 coins. Oh my gosh, so much cash for this plus 5 defense. Total scrap miner chestplate. Well, this guy right here, or any of these guys, for some reason, want to pay a lot of money for this, and I don't know why either, but if you hover over it, you can sell it for 4,000 coins. Like, what's up with that? So, you can click on it, and bam, you bought it for 2,000 coins, and then you sold it for 4,000. Stonks, right there. I don't even know why. But you can keep doing this, and with that newfound 2,000 coins you just got, you can buy more miner gear. At some point, you might even have like I did, like I had like 10 or 20 bids going on at the same time, because, I don't know, capitalism. This is kind of almost broken. The whole economy is broken with this, because like that piece of gear, and like to any reasonable player would seem like very useless. The fact that you know its selling price puts you at an advantage, because you can buy it for like 200 coins. Like, so I saw some gear on there for 200 coins or 500 coins, and you can sell it for 2,000 to 4,000 coins. Like, one legging, so let's say this is all miner gear. This right here, miner boots, 2,000 coins, helmet, 2,000 coins, chestplate, 4,000 coins, leggings, 3,000 coins. So if you can just keep bidding up, and most people, if they don't know this trick, they'll literally just drop it because they think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to pay so much for this garbage piece of gear. But no, it's not that. It's very cheap. And then you can just sell it off for more capital. I mean, like, economics 101. Second M in the M.E.M.E.S method. So by this point, you should be getting quite a bit of money. If you actively check this, you flip back and forth, ending soon, lowest bids, whatever, back and forth, you can see this stuff just lying around, just waiting to be bought. So the E stands for enchanted books. So a lot of people don't know how to actually enchant their gear, and FYI, it's not that difficult. All you need is this setup right here, corners and bookshelves all around an enchantment table. You plop it in here and you'll have, well, you can't enchant that, but you'll get like 64 levels in the bottom right. And if you have 64 levels, then you can enchant a book with some really good enchants. So once you enchant a book or something, I suggest going for one of the special custom enchants that nobody knows very much about unless you actually do your homework, i.e. Google searching for them. Then people will actually totally buy into it. And like even certain books, like if you look, enchanting recipes right here, once you unlock a bunch of collections, they'll give you a bunch of these books. And these are actually not so bad books, and like the recipe is super cheap. You don't need to spend like any XP levels to get this enchantment. And you can flat out just sell it like this, and people will buy it for like, sometimes people will buy it for like a cool 1,000 or 2,000 coins, even though you put in like -1 effort. And that way you can make like a 10 times, 1,000 time return on your investment right there. But if you want to do it legit, then I guess you could put an enchant book in here, 64 levels, see what you get. I would suggest getting one of the custom enchants such as like Venomous 5 or something. Like an enchant nobody knows about to be guaranteed. Maybe something like this. Like for example, growth, like this. Like if you enchant a book with growth 5 or something, people really want growth 5 for some reason. It gives you more extra health. Then the book, if you advertise it properly and say like the right words, without lying of course, then you can get like 10,000, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 coins. It really varies, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes you might not even get a sale, but a lot of the times if you have solid chance and you advertise it on the various servers, i.e. by copying and pasting the same message over, you might lose your dignity warning in this process. Then you just go through all these servers and just get it out to as many people as possible. Then you can get a good amount of cash from an enchant book. Like I sold like a Cubism 5 book. I think I'm going to just show some of the stuff on the screen right now. Cubism 5 or Ender Slayer 5 for 10,000, 20,000, 70,000. I don't even know why people paid for it so much. I mean, right now my sword has basically every useful enchant, but so I didn't need the extra books, but still. Those sold for a ton of money that I don't even understand. So finally, selling enchanted books is more like a passive income thing. You're more likely to get a sale and more likely for it to actually be sold than the other methods without advertisement. So this is something that you could leave overnight and you'd be back in the morning with a fair amount of cash. So the last one, this is literally the most broken one of all, in my opinion, is sunflowers. Now, what? Wait, why would you need a sunflower, I hear you ask? Well, if you go over here into your collection, go to mining and go to Nether Quartz 5. Nether Quartz 3, Day Saver. So nobody wants a night saver because, well, why would you ever, well, okay, maybe you might for aesthetic reasons or for mob spawning reasons, but not as many people want a night saver as they want a day saver. Because a day saver always makes a day and you'll never have to worry about mobs like ever again in your island. Never again. So what do you do? So you finally unlock Nether Quartz 3, which is only 250 Nether Quartz. Open up the recipe, and then bam, what a simple recipe. 15 Nether Quartz, some glass which you can buy at the builder shop or farm shop, I don't even remember. And then 3 sunflowers. So easy to get, right? Wrong. Sunflowers are actually kind of really difficult to get. So you have to go to like the dark auction, which is like, you have to have 200,000 coins to enter the dark auction. And then you need to spend money on a flower minion. And then that minion has to produce flowers. And then by then you're set back maybe 300,000 coins. Like, what in the world? Who knows? But this is like the only way to get sunflowers like legit. I mean, up to this point. First have to go to the auction house. Once again, the auction house is literally the best resource on the server. You can make tons of money. You can get whatever you want for basically much less than you would if you had to do it like legitimately grinding out 10,000 pork chops or something, or like getting 500,000 gold for your first day. But this, you can get a sunflower, I tell you, within no more than 1 hour with less than 2,000 coins. Guaranteed, well, pretty much 90% guaranteed. So search sunflower. Always search for what you want right here, and bam, look at all these sunflowers. 8,000, 8,000, 5,000, 5,000. Who pays this much because you are on the highest bid tab? Very bad idea. Go to ending soon. And now your prices are much more reasonable. 100 coins, 100, 489, that's mine. 100 coins, 100,000, 100, 100, 100. And you might be wondering, like, if it takes so much work to grab a sunflower, why are there so many sunflowers on the market? Well, first, buy your sunflowers on the market for maybe 2,000. 2,000 for one sunflower or a stack, it doesn't really matter. After this point, it's trivial how much you paid on that first batch of sunflowers. You'll soon find out why. So buy your sunflower with that 3,000 hard-earned gold that you got from the other parts of the meme. And then finally you can add that S to the end to make memes. Go to your island. And then finally, place your sunflower down in a very strategic, very nondescript location. Of course that's not necessary, but it enhances the effect of your shadiness. So might I let you know that this is a completely 100% legit Minecraft tactic. No exploit, no glitch, no hack, whatever BS dupe glitch, that's not happening. This is built into the core of the game. So what you're gonna want to do is place down your sunflower, mine it, get a couple of bones from maybe get a bunch of bones. Then you need to perform this ritual right here. So you're gonna want to have to go whoop, 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 whoop. That they'll be favorable and be very favorable in making this sunflower grow into 1,000 sunflowers. So now you wait, and then you just quickly spam this thing. Spam this thing, right click with your bone meal, and then bam, you just got 64 more sunflowers. You just doubled, tripled, whatever you want to call it, quadrupled your investment right there. You don't even need to do, that is zero effort right there. Just grab your bones from maybe the diamond reserve or whatever, or buy the bones, and then you can get infinite sunflowers right there. Infinite sunflowers. So this item, which took so much money, pain, 200,000 gold to get into the dark auction, bidding under the shadiness of the night at 12 AM every 3 days, getting a flower minion, trivial, 100% trivial. If you have this special item that is one sunflower and the bones, that's all you need. And then you basically have infinite sunflowers for the rest of your life. And you can sell those flowers for basically forever. Now this only works selling sunflowers if you're lucky. If you sell it, make sure that you broadcast it, advertise a lot, because the S in memes ain't going to sell itself. So you gotta sell it. And of course, sell it, give people what they want, collect your 1,000 to 10,000 coins or more. And once you get all the sunflowers that you want, you can make your day saver, I guess. You can make 10,000 day savers if you wanted. And you never have to worry about getting a flower minion or doing some other crazy strats. All of these strategies, if you're wondering how long it took me to do them, it took me maybe less than 6 days. That's the memes method. If you employ all these tactics, you won't have to do crazy amounts of grinding. No need to create a 10 billion pumpkin farm. No need to do all sorts of crazy things. But really, all you need to do is sell these items, buy and sell. Be courteous at times. This could seriously break the economy. I don't even know. But hope you guys enjoyed. That was the memes method. Leave a like on this video if you actually made money. Bye.